My wife ruined my favorite hobby and I still resent her for it. This might be a long read, and yes, that hobby is video games. I, 33M, and my wife, 32F, have been married for 14 years and together since I was 13 and she 12. We have 4 kids, 3 girls and 1 boy from 4 to 12. I've been playing video games since the 2nd grade, yes, Super Nintendo. It's always been my favorite pastime and hobby, and my best memories from when I was a kid is from me and 2 brother playing Halo and playing Call of Duty. Is the only way me and my little brother still connect after my older brother was passed in 2011. I have 5K PC gaming, I'm also a nerd, and an entire room of my house dedicated to gaming. When I came home from Afghanistan in 2013 I was alone, and although I didn't know it have the time I played video games online with little brother to cope. We talked and worked on our KD. During that time I was alone. My wife and oldest daughter was still in a different state living with her mom. Daughter was born 1.5 months before I deployed. She lived with her mom for the help while I was gone, but I still spent first for month on my own. Before I start getting the gaming hate. My kids, all of them, loved playing video games with me. I built the oldest 2 their own rigs and the other play on the Xbox and phones. I also make just shy of 100K a year. Been in the military for 15 years, work out regularly, love my wife dearly and have a graduate-level education. We own a very nice 300K home in a nice neighborhood and 2 both less than 3 years old. That all to say I'm no bum, and I take extreme pride in taking care of my large family because I have a lot of memories of my dad being a bum before my dad left him. I at least think I'm a decent dad and husband. I even only drink 4 times a year and only at home never more than 6 beers because my wife's dad was an alcoholic. Now for the reason for the title. Last year in February I was upstairs playing Roblox with my 12 and 8 years olds during the weekend. I would only play during the weekends. My game room that I spent 7 years curating is upstairs right next to the loft where my kids' gaming stations are also located. While we are gaming my wife is downstairs watching TV, and while these things are taking place my 4 and 7 years old were playing in the loft. It's their playroom with an untold number of toys, a couch and a 55 inches TV. All of a sudden my 7 years old daughter heads for gate that blocks the stairs. I intentionally picked the room next to the stairs, and I ask her, "Where are you going?" because I told them to stay upstairs to let their mom relax. She said that she needed to talk her mommy and she seemed upset, and so I'm think, girl stuff, mind your business, and I let her go. Then my wife calls down my 4 years old. Then my wife yells for my other 2. When that happens, because the kids were playing with me, I went down with them intending to help them do whatever they were supposed to do so we can get back to having fun gaming. What happened wasn't that. When I went downstairs my wife had our kids line up in front her and she starts laying in them. Very loudly and aggressively, because my then 3 years old had scissors and used them to cut some of her hair. Mind you, they were children's safety scissors, but they seemed to have done the job. My wife was furious and made sure it was no. She told them that they know that they have to watch the 3-year-old when I'm gaming because they know that I won't, and that it's their responsibility to watch her when I'm gaming because I never do. This was the basis of her entire furious rant to them. It went on for 15 to 20 minutes before I left. I was beyond hurt. I never cry in front of my kids. I do my best to control my emotions in front of them. I couldn't in that moment. Hearing her tell my kids right in from me that they have to take care of each other because I won't cut me deeper than I've ever felt. So I just grabbed my keys and left. I called my little brother in between wanting to kill someone and crying my eyes out and told him what happened. I couldn't control how angry I was, and so I sat in a Walmart parking lot for close to an hour while I calmed down. My wife called me constantly. After I calmed down I went home where she acted like I was in the wrong for leaving and wanted me to apologize for leaving instead of talking. I didn't. I haven't played a single video game since then. This past New Year's I was drinking, my kids were at my father-in-law's and I was at home with my wife, and my wife used rare opportunity to ask me why I won't play games with the kids anymore, and me in that state if mine told the entire truth and allowed my real feeling to show. I told it was because of what she said and overall that she said it to my kids and in my face and how she had no right to. I explained how we always send the kids upstairs to play without us and how it's the whole reason the kids' play area exists. I further told her how I even explicitly chose the room I could just to be able to somewhat watch them while I'm gaming, and how now I get sick to my stomach whenever I even think about gaming. About how it was how I connected to my brothers and my kids and how it was my only hobby. If I wasn't at work, the gym, or gaming I was with her and the kids, and that half the time even when I'm gaming I'm still with the kids. To this day I still can't bring myself to game. My son and oldest daughter still ask me regularly to play games with them, and my brother is always asking me to jump on Call of Duty with him. I just can't get over it, and I blame my wife and resent her for taking this thing away from me.